The Jungle Book is a collection of stories written by Rudyard Kipling in 1894. The story I'm focusing on is about Mowgli, a boy raised by wolves finding his true heritage. The story starts in an Indian jungle. Mowgli, a young boy, wanders out of his village and is set upon by Shere Khan, a villainous tiger. But he eludes him, and a wolf named Akela brings him into the Seeonee wolf pack. With the help of Baloo the bear and Bagheera the panther, the pack accepts Mowgli, and Shere Khan cannot harm him anymore. Baloo the bear teaches Mowgli how to live in the jungle and the jungle laws, which all civilized jungle folk follow. Those who don't follow are Shere Khan and the monkeys. Mowgli rather likes the monkeys, until they steal him to essentially be their pet. Baloo and Bagheera eventually rescue him with the help of Kaa, a giant snake. Thus he learned the importance of the laws. Later on, Akela is getting old and soon will be replaced as the leader of the pack. Once this happens, Mowgli won't be safe from Shere Khan. Under advisement from Bagheera, Mowgli steals the red flower, aka fire, from the man village and keeps it safe until the next council meeting. Shere Khan crashes this meeting to demand Mowgli and claim leadership of the pack. And this time the pack agree, liking that the tiger doesn't follow the jungle laws. Akela compromises and steps down as leader with the promise that Mowgli will be allowed to go. Mowgli then sets fire on the grass and scares everybody away except for his family, Baloo and Bagheera. They say farewell and he leaves for the village, the jungle no longer home for him. At the man village, Mowgli finds that he doesn't fit in with people either, and tends to the buffalo herd to avoid them. But a hunter challenges Mowgli to catch a tiger, and so he goes after Shere Khan. He uses his buffalo herd to trap the tiger in a ravine and stampede him to death, Mufasa style. He struggled to skin it when the hunter comes along and tries to steal his prize. But Mowgli calls Akela to help him, and the hunter runs away, claiming that Mowgli was a demon, a sorcerer. The village rejects him. He goes back to the wolf pack wearing the tiger pelt, but they still want freedom from the jungle laws. So Mowgli leaves the wolves and lives by himself in the jungle alone. Now let's talk about the writer, Rudyard Kipling. Born in Mumbai, he lived there until the age of 5, at which point he was sent to England for boarding school, which, no surprise, he hated. Failing to get into Oxford University, he started working at a newspaper in India, owned by a friend of his father's. There he cultivated his writing talent and wrote several short stories, eventually moving to London. After that, he traveled to South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, India again, the USA, and got married to Carrie Belsteer. Just after the birth of his daughter Josephine in their whimsically named American home, Bliss Cottage, the story of the Jungle Book came into view. The characters. Mowgli, our protagonist, who impressed Akela and the other wolves by not showing fear as a child when he was brought to the pack. His wolf mother named him Mowgli, which means little frog, because of his lack of fur and his small size. Shere Khan, a fearsome tiger and breaker of jungle law, deciding to hunt man, which the other animals knew to avoid. One of his front paws is lame, which is one of the things that let Mowgli escape him as a child. Baloo, a sloth bear and Mowgli's gruff trainer and teacher. He's sort of an honorary member of the Seeonee wolf pack. He trains their young to obey the jungle law. Bagheera, another honorary member of the pack. He's a black leopard or panther. He serves to advise, especially when it comes to dealing with Shere Khan. The major themes of this book are as follows. The first one is jungle law, a code of rules that the wolf pack and other civilized jungle folk follow. They include such rules that promote peace, loyalty, honor, and respect, all important to keeping the jungle in order and the animals safe from humans. The monkeys and Shere Khan do not follow it. Another large theme in the book is human versus animal, the differences between the village and the wolves. You might think there's a lot, but they both have societal structure, they both need some sort of code to keep them in order, and they both reject Mowgli. It seems that he doesn't fit in anywhere. The last and largest is nature versus nurture, a psychological concept that asks, is it the innate properties that influence the subject or the effects and experiences it endures throughout its life? This connects back to the previous theme, because the whole plot of this book is, what if a human boy was raised by wolves? What would he turn out like? It turns out that sadly he turns out to not fit in anywhere, for his human and wolf instincts conflict with each other. There have been many film adaptations of the book. For instance, let's take the Disney adaptation. The difference is how the original is bleak and the Disney version is decidedly not. 30% of the Disney version is songs, meaning full-on musical numbers recorded by Louis Prima, Sterling Holloway, and much more. And that's not including the background tracks. Disney changes the whole sad, violent story into, well, a Disney film. This makes sense because it was intended for kids. But in making it a happy tale with wonderful music and a happy ending, I think they miss out on the nature versus nurture aspect of the original story. But if you want a more book-accurate movie, Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle is for you. Recently released and directed by Andy Serkis, it has all of the brutal, edgy stuff you'd need from the original, with only one major difference: the ending. In this movie, Mowgli ends up leading the wolf pack, choosing the wolf in him for once and for all.